Friends, have you ever thought that to become rich, we are always taught that we need to be very smart? We feel that the one who has a finance degree, who understands Wall Street graphs, or who knows difficult math formulas, is the only person who can become a millionaire. But in today's video, I am going to break this illusion of yours. He said that financial success is not a hard science. It's a soft skill. This means that how smart you are matters much less than how you behave when you see money. Today we won't just talk about money, we will talk about your mind. Your fear, your greed, and the race of showing off that we are all stuck in. In the next 20 minutes, you will learn what is not taught in any college or university.
So let's start.
First, listen to the story of two people. On one side is Ronald Reed. Ronald was not a CEO, not a banker. He was an ordinary janitor working at a gas station. He spent his whole life in an old house, drove an old car, and did only one thing for 25 years. That was patience. When Ronald died in 2014, his name was on news channels all over the world. Why? Because that ordinary janitor had $8 million in wealth. He didn't win any lottery, he just bought good stocks. And never sold them for 50 years. His behavior was calm. Now look at Richard Fuscone on the other side. Richard was a Harvard graduate. He was the vice chairman of a big bank like Merrill Lynch. He was so smart that he was called a financial genius. But Richard had greed. He took on too much debt, bought expensive bungalows, and when the 2008 financial crisis hit, that Harvard genius went bankrupt. He had everything, but he didn't have the right behavior. What does this story teach us? It teaches that in finance, 2 + 2 is not always 4. If you have an IQ of 160, but cannot control your greed, you will fail. But if your IQ is average, and you can live with discipline, you can become the richest person in the world. Mel Robbins asked Morgan why people feel broke even when they are rich. Morgan said a very profound thing which he calls the man in the car paradox. Think, when you see someone driving a dazzling Ferrari or Lamborghini on the road, what is the first thought that comes to your mind? Do you think, wow, how smart is this driver? No. You think, I wish I had this car so people would think I was a big deal. This is the paradox. We buy expensive things so that others are impressed by us. Right. But the truth is that others are imagining themselves in your things. What Susan face says, they don't even notice you. We spend that money to impress people we don't even like. True richness is not that expensive car, but the money you haven't spent. Wealth is what is in your bank balance and investments, which gives you the freedom to wake up tomorrow and do whatever you want. But in the cycle of showing off, we sell that freedom. Morgan says that wealth is what you don't see. One more big reason why people are always troubled is moving the goalposts. You must have noticed when our salary is 20,000, we think life will be set if it becomes 50,000. But as soon as it becomes 50,000, we buy a new car, a new expensive phone, yes to know, and now we feel we need 1 lakh. This race never ends. Morgan Housel gave a simple formula for happiness. Happiness equals reality minus expectations. If your reality is good, but your expectations are running faster than you, work hard, then you will always remain at 0. The hardest financial skill is not how to earn more money, but it is to force the goalpost to stop. It is very important to draw a line for yourself that says enough. Because if you don't know what is enough for you, so then you will always feel behind someone, no matter how many millions you have. Then you will always feel behind someone, no matter how many millions you have. In today's digital age, Instagram and TikTok have ruined our psychology. Earlier, we only compared ourselves to our neighbor, which was called keeping up with the Joneses. We just needed to look a little better in our neighborhood. But today we are watching the luxury life of the top 1% of the whole world, 24 hours a day. We feel like everyone is vacationing in the Maldives, everyone is wearing new clothes, only we are lagging behind. Because of this social comparison, we start spending the money that we should have saved. We have to understand that what we see on the screen is not their reality, but a highlight reel. Money is a game of behavior, because standing against social pressure today is the greatest courage. The real genius is the one who, amidst the glamour of Instagram, is happy with their old phone and old car. And it's a fetis, a resource, and is building their wealth.
Friends, the summary of this 20-minute discussion is only one. Money should be your slave, not your master.
If you only chase intelligence, you may earn a lot, but you will never be able to sustain it. But if you work on your behavior, if you learn to control greed, if you stay away from showing off, and if you give time to compounding, then no one can stop you from becoming rich.
The words of Morgan Housel and Mel Robbins remind us that the greatest wealth is having control over your time.
Earn money so that you can spend time with your family.
Not just to make your neighbor jealous. Makes me jealous.
How did you like Ronald Reed's story? कमेंट में मुझे जरूर बताइए. And if this video touched your heart, then share it with your friends. See you in the next video. Until then, work on your behavior. Wealth will build itself. Thank you.